What are you afraid of? Hello and welcome to another video. And today I wanna discuss the topic of what are you afraid of? Alright? And what do I mean by that? When I say I want to discuss what are you afraid of, what am I getting at? So the thing I want to talk about is if you're in a situation where you're not where you want to be, for some reason or the other, I claim that perhaps there are things you could be doing that scare you, but deep down, you know those are the things you need to be doing. Right? This particularly applies to if you know what you need to be doing, but you're not doing any of those things. Basically, the next step to wherever you want to be, if you're not doing that, what are you afraid of? Let me put it in a more clear, let me give you a more clear view of the scenario. Is it scarier to overcome the current barriers to whatever the thing is that you're afraid of? Or is it scarier to be in the exact same place a month from now, 2 months from now, 6 months from now? Think about it. Maybe I don't know you, but it's in fact scarier to be doing that thing, in which case maybe it's not important enough to you. Alright? Maybe it's a thing that you think you should be doing, but you don't really believe you want to be doing that. Perhaps that could be very true. But I'm gonna assume that it's probably scarier to be in the exact same place a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, 6 months from now, so on and so forth. So here's the thing. I want you to really think about it. I want you to sit down and write down all the things that you would have if you did the thing you know you're supposed to be doing, and if everything worked out. I want you to write all of that down. And then I also want you to write down the worst case scenario. It could be, oh, you've just wasted your time, or you've you're in a bad financial situation. I don't know. But write it down. Write down the worst case scenario. Alright? Because for us to be motivated to do anything, our brain needs to have a solid justification. You see, the thing is, our brains are very smart. They love keeping us comfortable. And if the pain of change is greater than the pain of staying the same, then we will not change. We will stay the exact same. So write all of this down. So first thing first, write down all the things you could stand to gain from doing the thing you know you're supposed to do. And then write down the worst case scenario. If it didn't work out doing the thing you're supposed to be doing. And then now this final one, this is strong. So really get creative. Really think about it. Because we get so creative when coming up with excuses. You know, this, that, X, Y, Z. We get so creative. You don't know how creative someone is until you hear them start giving you excuses. So we get really creative when it comes to forming excuses for why we didn't do something or why we did something. You know, why we made the choices we did. So now get really creative and think about what your life would be like if you didn't do the thing. If it all stayed the same. Think about the stuff in your life currently that you don't desire. And pretty much imagine all of that in the future if you didn't do this thing. If you didn't do this thing. And now the equation here should go something like, you look at these three lists. One, if everything worked out. The other, if it didn't work out and you did the thing. And the third, if the third being if you didn't do anything and if it all stayed the same. Now look at these three lists and really think hard. Think really hard. Is this thing worth it? Right? Is the thing you know you're supposed to do, is it worth it? And if it isn't, then don't do it. Alright? Because if you cannot even convince yourself at this stage, before even doing anything, that thing is worth it, then there's generally no point, because the motivation will not randomly appear. It won't spawn out of nowhere. You need to have this motivation. Yeah. So now really think hard. Come up with a comprehensive list. If there's something you really want that bad, think of all the benefits. They get super creative. Because you need some way to get your brain aligned. And once you're aligned, once it goes from, what am I afraid of, right? Once you identify all of the things and you're aligned, then the actual execution bit becomes dead easy. It becomes the simplest thing you could do in this world. Because you're aligned, right? Let's say you were a doctor, all right? And you had to have a high level of cardio so that you could do long surgeries, right? Now that's your work. That's your entire life. of course you're gonna go for runs and you're gonna do rowing or you're gonna do anything in your power to keep good cardio because you're aligned. You know exactly what to do. So what I'm saying is, if you can somehow get yourself aligned and you can get all of it in the open, right? Now it'll be so much easier to do the thing that you're afraid of and to identify what you're afraid of in that thing. Because here's the thing, intention is so much more important than we think it is. Intention is probably the most important. And so if your intention is in the right place, damn, you can do whatever you want in this life. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found something useful and you'll try this out maybe. I do highly recommend that you do try it. And thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.